And a completely original idea that nobody's ever thought of, well, as long as you don't look on Instagram, Reddit, or YouTube, we'll be building the ultimate expansion for the LEGO Star Wars Dark Trooper Attack set. I'm gonna walk you through the building process and show you all the side steps along the way, and make sure you make your way to that like button. First, let's start with the quintuplets. From there, I gutted the play features from the standard set, cause we 18 plus now, no play features allowed in our big boy build. Following that, I combined two of the hallway sets together, making a mirror image. At first I was satisfied, but as I looked at it more, it just felt too wide, and the floor could use some work. I proceeded to trim the fat a little bit from 20 studs to 14, which looks better but is going to cause some problems we'll touch on later. Despite that, there is plenty of room for Luke and the Dark Troopers. For potential display and picture purposes, I made this wall easily removable. When designing the wall, I used fewer of these stickered slopes since, unlike the LEGO set, the walls in the show don't have the lights in between each one. Now with the hallway finished, I headed in the studio to make the second half of the MOC. To paint a complete scene of the Mandalorian Season 2 finale, I'm building the bridge of Moff Gideon's cruiser. But to get to the bridge, we need a door, which will attach via these pins in the hallway. To do this, I made a mini base with a tiled strip, surrounded by leftover pieces from the Dark Trooper Attack set. Inserting these in, we can open and close our door. For our door, I simply stacked 1x8 bricks with a couple of modified bricks for extra detail. Simple but effective. Well, who could that be? It's Grogu, and he's on the... Well, this isn't good. Guess I should finish the bridge too. The bridge is the same 20 by 14 dimensions as the hallway, which to get to the problem I mentioned earlier, by shortening the hallway, I had to overhaul my original concept for the bridge, since I designed it in mind for that wider hallway build. Luckily, it wasn't too bad of a fix, where I mainly just shortened the base and the center part of the window. To get the curvature of the window, I used these hinge bricks as well as inverted slopes to get some of the window's angles. It attaches to the bridge by means of some 1x2 plates where it spreads across some tiles. It didn't translate as well from Studio to LEGO as I thought it would, but it still gets the point across. The window's placement is important since it determines where everything else in the room goes, like how this area has two control consoles, with Moff Gideon at the command. And by Moff Gideon, I mean Lando in a TIE pilot costume because budget cuts. On the other side of the room, there are two more computers with Gideon's holo table, which is a shorter version of the one from the actual light cruiser set, due to space restraints. As for other figures, we have Cara Dune, Clone Wars Bo-Katan, Fennec, and standing in for Kosha Reeves is a Mandalorian from a previous battle pack. If we attach the door, we have Mando and Grogu there to meet Luke Skywalker, skywalking in to save the day. And for good measure, let's sprinkle in some fallen stormtroopers, because we know there's a lot of them in this scene. As another bonus, on the outside of the window is a pin, where with the help of this Technic contraption, can hold up a micro X-Wing. I thought this would be a cool touch for when the X-Wing flew by in the episode, and gotta make use of these advent calendar builds somehow, right?
X-Wing? Great. We're saved.
With this, our ultimate Dark Trooper expansion is complete. Not only is the Dark Trooper attack one of my favorite 2022 LEGO sets so far, but the rescue is my favorite Mandalorian episode, so I'm happy to have the full scene play out in LEGO form.